Greetings! In this video I'll be painting an Intercessor of the Black Consuls 2nd Company. For this model I've used a standard Intercessor model, but given him a Stalker bolt rifle and a 3D printed pauldron that I put the Armour on. As usual, I prime the model black. Black Consuls are a pretty simple scheme, and to lean into that I decided to do a simple dry brush with Eshin grey to highlight the black armour in a quick and easy way. A dry brush with a soft makeup brush all over the model works well as a base for highlights. Next I did a second pass, this time with Mechanicus standard grey, basically anywhere that's easy to reach with the brush, as the other bits are likely to be in shadow due to the proximity to the arm and power pack. That's it for the black armour. It took a total of 4 minutes to do that. Next I prepared the right pauldron for transfers by applying a gloss varnish. This helps prevent silvering. Now for the leather. I base coated the belt and pouches with Rhinox hide. Nothing too complicated there. After the base coat was dry, I applied some thick edge highlighting with Skrag brown, as well as doing a few scratches and cuts. Finally, I used Deathclaw brown to do some fine edge highlighting, and some more scratches for added detail. With the leather done, I moved on to the gold. I used Retributor armour and painted in the pauldron trim to represent the 2nd Company, as well as the Imperialis and the winged skull on the Stalker bolt rifle. I had completely forgotten that the Black Consuls paint their weapon casings red, so I switched to Mephiston red at this point and painted that in, as well as a little cable on his arm and one of the wrist lights. If you're replicating this scheme, I'd recommend painting the red before the gold, so you don't have to be so careful around the ornament on the weapon. Waiting for the red to dry, I used Ulthuan grey and painted in the Armour that I 3D printed. I wasn't worried about filling in the eye, as the wash that I'll do at the end will pool in there to make it more visible. Now that the Mephiston red had dried, I switched to Evil Sunz Scarlet and highlighted the gun casing. I highlighted the scope lens and wrist light with Wild Rider red to make them stand out a bit more. Now for the silver metallics. I painted in the metal bits on the weapon and the details on the power pack and armour. The Black Consuls have green eye lenses in most of their colour plates, so I went with that. Warpstone glow was my choice for the base coat, followed with a highlight of Sybarite green. I switched to Seraphim Sepia and began shading in the gold. I just love the effect this paint has on gold. Next, I shaded the silver metallics with a dark grey wash, which I watered down a bit to thin it. While the washes were drying, I applied the decals. I've shown how I do this a few times, so check out my earlier videos if you want to see that. Now back to the gold, I used Liberator gold to highlight. This was applied to the raised bits on the Imperialis, the winged skull on the weapon, and the edges of the pauldron trim. Happy with most of the model, I switched to Abaddon black to fix up some mistakes I made around the mini. Now for the enamel wash. I applied this all over the model, focusing a bit though on the armorial to make the eye more visible. I did thin this a little bit, as I felt this model didn't need as much. After I was happy with this, I left it to dry for a few hours, and then applied my usual basing method, and varnished the whole thing. And here we have it! An Intercessor of the Black Consuls second company. I love the look of this chapter. It's simple, but it works. I think the hardest bit would be dealing with highlights of the weapon casing. Dry brushing with a small dry brush could work if you're careful, otherwise the manual highlight would be necessary. I'm very pleased with how the black came out at the end. I think it has the right amount of highlights to avoid it looking grey, and the ultramatte varnish at the end helps add to the finish nicely. Anyway, as I've said, this is a simple scheme, so I haven't got much to talk about this time. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions for chapters you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. Any other questions too. Hope you'll stick around for the next one.